Sister Wives. Janelle Brown's take on her life as a movie is perfect. She's embracing her new start. Janelle Brown's life has changed dramatically since she first appeared on Sister Wives, but she's not afraid of the uncertain path that lies ahead. Janelle married Cody Brown in 1993, joining his first wife, Mary Brown, in the family's religious calling of plural marriage. Cody soon added another wife, Cristin Brown, and he married his fourth and final wife, Robin Brown, in Season 1. Cody and Janelle shared 6 children. Plural marriage allowed Janelle to continue her career outside the home, while Cristin stepped in to help raise the children. Unfortunately, Janelle's marriage to Cody wasn't always easy. The pair drifted apart after their move to Flagstaff, Arizona, and they began having uncharacteristic shouting matches. However, it was Cody's relationship with his children that sent Janelle over the edge. When Cody grew estranged from their sons and refused to compromise, Janelle had to put her children first. She announced the end of her marriage in late 2022. Since leaving Cody, Janelle's been adapting to life on her own terms, moving across the country to establish a farming enterprise in North Carolina. Now, Janelle is thriving on her own, and she knows the best is yet to come. During the Sister Wives Season 19 one-on-one special, Janelle was asked by host Cristin how she would describe her life as a movie. Without hesitation, Janelle said she would be Evelyn Couch in Fried Green Tomatoes. She remarked of Evelyn, "She's gonna remake her life. She's gonna seize her power." The 1991 film follows Evelyn, played by Kathy Bates, as she breaks free of her unhappy life after discovering the endless possibilities that await her. Like Evelyn, Janelle endured years of a miserable marriage out of obligation, and she took her fate into her own hands. The comparison is also a nod to Janelle's new life in North Carolina, with Fried Green Tomatoes similarly set in the southeastern United States. While Cristin appreciated Janelle's suggestion, she had another rebirth story in mind. Cristin envisioned Janelle's life as more like Eat, Pray, Love, which documented author Elizabeth Gilbert's travels around the world after a difficult divorce. Janelle embraced the idea, commenting, "I could do that. Could I please do that?" Like Elizabeth, Janelle has a spirit of wanderlust. She was happy to follow Cody's whims, moving frequently throughout their nearly 30-year marriage. Janelle even briefly lived in an RV on the family's remote Flagstaff property. She isn't tied to places or possessions, and she knows that her happiness has to come from within. Janelle's eagerness to experience an Eat, Pray, Love-type journey exemplifies her love for adventure and freedom, both of which are hallmarks of her new life as a single woman. Janelle identifying with Evelyn shows her sunny self-esteem. She believed that the best is still ahead. Despite everything she's gone through, Janelle was willing to leave it all behind to search for happiness. While Evelyn was inspired by other women, Janelle found her motivation in her children. Once Cody gave up on his relationship with his kids, Janelle knew she no longer owed him her loyalty. By all appearances, Janelle is flourishing in her new life in North Carolina. She's surrounded by her children and grandchildren, giving her a sense of home amid her fresh start. Janelle has always had a passion for gardening, and her huge investment in her own dreams is a sign of her unshakable self-worth. Janelle's transformation is amazing. She's been the brightest part of Sister Wives Season 19, and it's inspiring to see her faith in the good that lies ahead. If Janelle Brown's life were a movie, it would be a powerful mix of heartbreak, resilience, personal growth, and ultimately, a triumphant rebirth. After decades in a plural marriage that tested her spirit and stretched her identity across family lines that were often blurry and undefined, Janelle is finally stepping into her spotlight. And she's got the script flipped in all the right ways. The former Sister Wives star, known for her quiet strength and level-headed approach to the often chaotic Brown family dynamic, recently mused about what her life would look like on the big screen. And let's just say it wouldn't be a tragedy or a slow-burn drama. No, Janelle's story is unfolding as an empowering indie film with a strong, relatable woman who finally chooses herself. In her version, there's no need for grand rescue scenes or fairy tale endings. Just real growth, self-love, and the kind of peace that only comes from shedding what no longer building a life on shaky ground. The first few chapters of Janelle's life with Cody Brown were filled with complexity. When she joined the Brown family in 1993 as Cody's second wife, she stepped into a lifestyle that demanded emotional gymnastics. Living plural marriage meant sharing a husband, resources, attention, and even dreams. While some viewers saw her as the most independent of the sister wives, that independence came from necessity, not preference. Janelle worked hard, often full-time, while Cody juggled his growing family and new relationships. She sacrificed sleep and stability for the promise of a celestial reward and a united family. But over time, it became clear that her emotional needs were consistently taking a back seat. The cracks began to show, and Janelle, ever the realist, began to ask herself hard questions. If this were a movie, the tension would build as Janelle tried to reconcile the values she was raised with against the reality she lived every day. Viewers would watch her try again and again to make things work, clinging to the hope that family unity could triumph over personal sacrifice. But the love story she was writing wasn't between her and Cody, it was between her and her own self-worth. The plot twist, when enough becomes enough. For years, Janelle kept her head down. She raised her kids, managed finances, and handled logistics while Cody spiraled deeper into controlling behavior, especially in the wake of COVID. But something shifted after Cristin, her best friend among the sister wives, left the marriage. Cristin's departure didn't just rattle the Brown family tree. It planted a seed of freedom in Janelle's heart. That's the plot twist. The moment the audience realizes the heroine doesn't need to be rescued, she just needed to believe she could walk away. Janelle's own split from Cody in late 2022 didn't come with screaming matches or emotional breakdowns. Instead, it came with honesty, clarity, and an admission that she and Cody had not been in a full marriage for years. There were no more illusions, no more empty promises. Janelle was done pretending everything was fine. It was in those quiet moments of truth that her story began to shine. The rising action, reinventing Janelle. The post-breakup version of Janelle Brown is one that Sister Wives fans can't help but root for. This is the part of the movie where the main character starts doing things for herself, for the first time in a very long time. The weight of a patriarchal system lifts off her shoulders, and she can finally breathe. She's embraced her passion for health and wellness, becoming an inspiration to countless women who feel stuck in their lives. Her Instagram feed is no longer a window into polygamist family logistics. It's now filled with camping adventures, motivational messages, workout milestones, and glowing selfies that scream freedom. She's even confessed to finding joy in small things again. A good cup of coffee, a solo road trip, her grandchildren's laughter. This part of her cinematic journey is filled with color, light, and movement. There's music playing in the background, a feel-good track that builds with every mile she puts between her and the past. Her relationship with her children has grown stronger, especially with her sons who stood by her side during the family's most tense moments. Janelle isn't bitter. She's not looking back in anger. Instead, she's focused on forward momentum, and that might be the most beautiful twist of all. The climax, choosing peace over chaos. In every great movie, there comes a moment when the lead character has to make a defining choice. For Janelle, that choice was peace over chaos. As Cody continues to spiral into confusion and loss over the collapse of his family structure, Janelle has stepped out of the storm. She's no longer playing the peacemaker. She's no longer absorbing the dysfunction of others to maintain a fragile illusion of unity. Her decision to step away from the man she once loved was not just a rejection of Cody, but a declaration of self-love. A refusal to be emotionally starved any longer. A vow to never again shrink herself for the comfort of others. Janelle's story proves that you can begin again at any age, that you don't need to have it all figured out to walk away, and that sometimes the most revolutionary thing a woman can do is simply put herself first. The final scene, a new beginning. As the credits roll, Janelle isn't riding off into the sunset with a new man on her arm or a big wedding ring on her finger. She's not being defined by who she's with, she's being defined by who she's become. This movie ends with Janelle on a mountaintop, quite literally. Perhaps she's hiking through Zion National Park, backpack strapped on, sun beaming down on her face. She takes a deep breath, looks out over the horizon, and smiles, not because everything is perfect, but because she's finally free.